Well, that's a very good question because the American Club being a part of the international group of P&I clubs, which basically ensures about 90% of the world's tonnage for third-party liability, obviously loss prevention is a high priority for the club and for the international group. And the international group, it doesn't only serve, I know most people know that it serves as basically a pool mechanism where we can provide cover into the billions for third-party liabilities such as oil pollution and cargo liabilities and casualties. But actually, one of the even more important functions that the IG has is that it acts as a platform, a mechanism for sharing of resources among the clubs. So that it can also act as an industry voice. Basically, it provides a route for the ship owners to voice their concerns, also for the clubs to be able to analyze the information that we have from claims and from casualties and identify the types of risks and the types of issues that we need to bring to the attention of members and also to the global shipping industry, and we're able to then feed that kind of information to various organizations across the globe in order perhaps to either make our position known on various regulations that are coming into play that it could affect loss prevention, or also even suggest measures that could be taken for future loss prevention better mechanisms. Yes, actually, obviously, beyond being a member of the IG and having loss prevention as a top priority, obviously the American Club, for its own membership, has loss prevention as a very, very top priority. We have a special department in New York, which extends into the claims departments globally. And we have a number of projects, such as we provide e-learning tools for seafarers and also for shore personnel that provide additional training and education for such issues related to safety and regulatory issues such as MARPOL. And all of those tools are accessible to both ashore and to seafarers aboard, either through CDs and CD-ROMs or through even the internet. And there's also a mechanism for the companies that we insure to also track the training of their shore personnel and their crew on board to see how they're doing and how they're progressing. And we update these tools constantly so that we make sure that they have all the latest information on all the latest regulatory aspects. We also have a very, very rigorous pre-embarkation medical examination system. Basically, the American Club took its own data and tried to figure out what was going wrong in terms of seafarer illness and accidents, and put into a global system where we have approved clinics in different parts of the world where the ship owners can then have their crew have them checked before they get on board to make sure that they are actually fit for duty, and also to avoid any fraudulent documentation being issued in relation to the health of the seafarers. Beyond the fact that we want to prevent fraud, we also want to prevent less illness at sea. We want to make sure that the people that are at sea and are on the ships that we're insuring are fit to be there and will be able to last for the enduration of their employment contracts. Beyond that, we also have obviously constant best practices and guidances. We have a Welcome to the U.S., which basically gives our members full guidance on what they need to do to trade to the U.S. We have the same thing for China. We also have guidance on bulk cargoes carriage, on loading, on grain cargoes, on steel cargoes. We have best practices on sanctions, on piracy. The list is endless. Basically, as far as we're concerned, loss prevention is a work in progress, and we're dedicated constantly to staying on top of what our membership needs and what they need to stay on top of shipping and be safe about it. Well, basically, I think that the best advice that we can give is what we do ourselves, which is basically provide tools and mechanisms for education and training. What we think is that just like we do as a club representing the ship owners, the members themselves and the ship owners have to basically stay on top of what the latest information is on regulatory aspects and compliance, and making sure that everybody, not only on the crew but also within their offices, are fully up to date on what they need to do to run the ships efficiently. Because the only way that you can make sure that you're efficient is making sure that you have all the latest information. I think we're going through probably one of the longest running recessions, I think, not only in shipping but globally. I think that the main message that I think this year has is one word. It's resilience. I think that the shipping industry, being a sector that's not subject to fads or popularity, but really it's a sector that arises out of necessity. It's a necessity for the world economy. Basically, the stakeholders have always managed to find a way to be innovative, to be creative, to find opportunity, whether it's up or down, and they've managed to make sure that they can create opportunity and sustainability. And I think that's what it's about. And I think the Greek shipping industry actually is the perfect example for that. No matter what, the Greek shipping industry manages to stay on top, even in one of the longest running recessions we've ever seen. So resilience.